Hello there, and a very, very warm welcome. It is Tuesday evening, of course, 8 o'clock, and that means one thing and one thing only, the Planet Cruise TV show. Do you know, we've just worked out, it's nearly 10 years since we first started the show, yeah, nearly 10 years now. Now, tonight we have got 6 amazing cruises. We have got 2 late deals at very, very low prices, and guess who's back? He's not been with us for... It's about 4 weeks, actually. Justin, nice to see you again.
You're right. I know, but I haven't just been led on a lilo somewhere, getting a lovely tan. It's been business and pleasure.
I know. We had a good time,
no, fantastic time. And I can't wait for some of the cruises that go to Asia and some of the parts that I had the pleasure of visiting, because I tell you what, it was a complete change. And again, if there's something that doesn't suit your fancy on tonight's show, then you can always call our cruise specialists and ask for any part of the world.
But we've got a great lineup, though, haven't we?
We've got it crammed.
Yeah, and some exciting news as well, so stay tuned.
Yes.
By the way, those of you that don't know Justin, he actually worked on the cruise ships for many, many years.
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years. And also, we might have some views. I know we've got all our regulars, many that are sat there with a cheeky glass of wine, I know you are, but you might be new to Planet Cruise, so why book through Planet Cruise, Justin?
Because we're experts. We're the best in the business. I know that sounds quite bold, but we are.
True.
All of the people that you speak to, the cruise consultants on the end of the telephone line, they're not just there as a travel agent. That almost seems like a dirty word, because these people have lived and breathed cruises for many years. They've worked on board. Glenn, who's usually up here, he used to be on board as one of the tour operators. So, you know, what he doesn't know about tours and destinations is not worth knowing.
Glenn is actually doing some proper work tonight. Now, actually, he's actually going to be...
What are you saying?
Yeah. But he's actually, he's taking some of the bookings tonight, so you might even get to speak to him if you're booking a cruise tonight.
Yeah.
But... we've also got some exclusive deals and some amazing prices. I'll tell you, should we start? Because we've got
a
wonderful cruise from Princess to start with, haven't we?
Yeah, well, you know, Princess is such a great cruise company, you know, in itself. But tonight's deal that we've got is superb. There's an upgrade available as well. The only thing is, there's a very low deposit, but you have to book it by this Friday. So please do make sure you book it either tonight or very latest tomorrow morning, because these are going to go quick.
Well, the deposit is, if you book before, Friday, it's actually only £50 deposit. So it's really good. And this is a special one for Spring Bank Holidays. We've got a great price for family of 4. But let's take you on board with our lovely Keith.
Regardless of which Princess Cruises ship you get on, you'll find yourself with a host of dining, entertainment and relaxation options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the traditions of set-time dining or you prefer to pick when, where and who you eat with, the option is yours on board a Princess ship. Princess Cruises have always taken speciality dining to the next level, from the sumptuous steaks in the Crown Grill through to the incredible Italian flavours of Sabatinis. The first of 2 new offerings is Steamer's Seafood, where you can feast on amazing shellfish, all accompanied by generous sides and dipping sauces. The second new taste sensation is Planks, serving up American-style barbecue options on planks, loaded with 4 meats, chilli, coleslaw and fries, and some really incredible looking desserts. Princess Cruises love looking after the whole family during your cruise. Camp Discovery offers 3 different age categories and areas, all themed in collaboration with the Discovery Channel. Children aged 3 to 17 will have everything they need to keep them amused for hours at a time. Whichever Princess Cruises ship you go on, you are sure to find something entertaining happening. From the street performers in the Piazza through to the full Broadway-style productions in the Princess Theatre. But this is Princess, so we can't talk about entertainment without mentioning the movies under the stars up here on deck. Whichever stateroom you pick, you'll get comfortable beds, a flat-screen TV, mini bar and bathroom with shower. If you're looking for a bit of extra outside space, then an upgrade to a balcony is a must. For that touch of luxury, though, suites are the perfect option, offering you extra space and amenities in your room and complimentary access to the Lotus Spa thermal suite, amongst other exclusive benefits.
That's what Keith has changed, doesn't he?
He's looking fantastic these days.
He is, isn't he?
He is, he's looking good.
Apologies, that was our lovely Jade, by the way. Keith is coming up later. But what a beautiful ship. And I cruised with Princess last year. I had such a great time.
Yeah, they are great, all-round entertainment, great food on board.
And really high standards.
Yeah, actually, on Sapphire Princess, I mean, you've got 24-hour international dining, but you've got Sabatini's Italian Trattoria, you've got the Sterling Steakhouse, so there's plenty on board for food. Great entertainment, as Jay was saying about the movies underneath the stars. But for me, Great little itinerary as well. If you haven't done this part of the world before, sometimes it's the local ports that get neglected, and we've got some fantastic French and over to Guernsey as well. So
Guernsey is beautiful.
Yeah,
and don't forget from Southampton, so your holiday starts straight away. No flying, and you can take as much luggage as you like. I put a thing on Facebook earlier. Yeah, a lot of people like cruising out of Southampton.
And definitely, if you are travelling from a little bit further afield from Southampton, we can add on an extra night in the Holiday Inn Winchester.
Oh, yeah.
For just £95 per person. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Anyway, St Peter's Port, Guernsey. Lovely, lovely little place. Some fantastic weather that you get there. And if you do like your shopping, there's some lovely little boutique silversmiths, particularly renowned in St Peter's Port. There's also some great history if you want to go out and do some of the Second World War things. But lovely, even if it's just one of those days where you just want to have a little bit of a wander around the town, there's some great little local restaurants and bistros that you can pop into.
And when I was there, I don't know if it's changed, but you could take any journey on a bus and it was only £1.
Oh,
is that still?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been into St Peter's Port. We'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Have to check that out.
£1 for bus journey.
But the next day is a nice relaxing day at sea, and the great thing is you can use the facilities on board the ship. And I really think sometimes sea days are underestimated. They are superb for doing nothing. Really, I'm talking about just sitting out on the promenade deck, getting the lovely sea air and just relaxing. Anyway, your next day in port is actually in Bordeaux. Of course, renowned for its wine-making regions. You've got Chateau Rothschilds, which is one of the most beautiful clarets that you can get. You can also go to Verdun as well. So it is a little bit of a trip inland. But you've got some fantastic churches there. The Church of St Croix. There's a lovely Gothic clock there and a town hall. So plenty to see and do in Bordeaux. Then we're off to Bilbao. Now, this is, again, fantastic for it's real, well, it's a clash of cultures. You've got the best of both worlds. You've got the Basque French, you've got the Castilians of Madrid, you've got that wonderful sort of melting pot of food, of atmosphere, and of course you've got that wonderful museum on the banks of the river, the Guggenheim Museum, so instantly recognisable. You go see the Flower Dog, take a picture of that, but for me it's the Old Quarter. Again, it's one of those places, get lost in the Old Quarter and you'll find some real gems. Then we're off to La Coruña. Now, La Coruña is famous for the famous Armada that St Francis Drake set sail, the Invincible Armada. One of the most iconic pillars is this wonderful Tower of Hercules. It's effectively a lighthouse, but it's the world's oldest lighthouse, dating around 2,000 years old. So absolutely superb. You have another relaxing day at sea, and then you're back into Southampton. That rounds off a beautiful 7-day cruise on a great cruise line. You get onboard spend with this one as well, $275 onboard spend per cabin. There's an upgrade available for under £8 per person per night, and you can go from an outside up to an outside cabin. The family of four price is great.
I think the family of four is excellent, actually. Yeah, under £1,800. That's for all four of you. Bear in mind, this is over Spring Bank holiday, and as just mentioned earlier, rather than kind of stressing on the day and driving Southampton, getting worried about traffic, why don't you treat yourself to a night pre-cruise at the Holiday Inn Winchester? You can do that for only £95 per person, but that does include breakfast, all of your parking, and your port transfers as well.
Do you know what we say about add this on, take the stress out of it? It is an absolute given. I mean,
and
think about how much
a lovely hotel
is.
as well.
How much is your parking for a week? How much is a taxi from a hotel down to the port? Yeah. When you add that up, it's not that much more breakfast. How much do you usually pay at motorway services?
Yeah, it's true. When you actually add it up,
when you add it up,
it's a lovely hotel. Really lovely.
I haven't had that pleasure.
Oh, it's very, very, very nice, actually. Good stuff. Now, we've got to mention, we have got a river cruise for you tonight as well, with SAGA. Yeah. And again, a lovely itinerary on this one, isn't there?
Well, I know there's a lot of regular fans of Planet Cruise watching tonight. We've even got people from the USA wanting to know how they can tune in. But this is something different, because a lot of people know ocean cruises. They've done the Baltic, they've done the Mediterranean, they've done the Caribbean. But why don't you do a river cruise? Because this is something completely different. The ship that you see is designed and built for the river that it's cruising on. And if you've ever wanted to really get a flavour of Portugal and Spain and some of the fantastic culture and the cuisine as well, you'll absolutely love this. You've only got 130 people on board, 65 cabins. It's split over the main deck and the upper deck, so if you do want a balcony, then you'll have to book for the upper deck, so just remember...
But even the main deck, you do get a lovely picture window, don't you?
Fantastic picture window. So, you know, it's entirely what you want to go for. To be fair, what you're actually seeing, you know, sometimes when you go, you're only staying in there, you're only sleeping in there, what you're seeing here is fantastic. And what you get to experience with Saga, and particularly this cruise, you get a lot of the tours and excursions included. So some of the times you'll actually disembark the ship, you'll go on a coach ride to a destination, you'll have an experience, whether that be wine tasting or a meal, and then you'll join the ship in a different location. So it really is this immersive tour that you're going on, where you're literally led along the river and all of the finest things.
And I just imagine it must be so relaxing, do you think?
Yeah, it's a completely different feel and a different flavour. You know, for those of you that have been on Saga holidays or you've been on Saga cruises before, then you'll know what to expect. But the personal experience, because there's so few passengers and a really great crew to passenger ratio, then you get to know the crew get to know you, the destinations as well. I always say, if you like city breaks, but you're not that too sure, you're not sold on cruising yet. I've got one of my family members, Auntie Diane, I don't know whether she's watching tonight, but she loves going on city breaks. She's like, oh, I've never been on a cruise. I'm ever so nervous, I don't know whether I'd like it. This would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree. River cruise is a great option then, isn't it?
Perfect way to ease yourself in. Something small, something manageable, you know where you're going. You literally jump off the ship onto the quayside in the centre of a city or a town or the destination. And, well, where you're going is just superb.
Well, let's have a little look, shall we?
Yeah, first of all, you're actually flying out from the UK and you're joining in Porto and you're having an overnight on board here. So you actually will remain moored overnight before you start set sailing early hours of the morning. And day 2, you wake up and you're in Hegua. Now, this beautiful region is just stunning. If you look at some of the actual architecture you've got there, it's absolutely stunning. So in Hegua, the first morning, you will be getting off the actual boat itself and going to Lamego. And you'll see this stunning church, the Nossa Senhora Remidos.
Oh, very well said, Justin.
I'm saying it with confidence.
That sounds good, yeah, I'm impressed.
The thing for me, it features a 700-step ornate staircase. So you can see, I mean, architecture just stunning. If you don't want to tackle the 700 steps, then you can get a coach down to the bottom and you can go to the cathedral. So there's plenty of different options. Yeah. But again, you know, this is an example of where you are getting off the ship, you're getting immersed in the local culture. You're going to be rejoining the ship, and then we're on to day 3. And Pinhal, there's another excursion to Castelo Rodrigo. And this is a stunning hilltop location. You get free time there as well, and when you come back on board that evening, there's a traditional Portuguese menu on board. It's absolutely stunning.
Lovely.
Day 4, we're off to Bega de Toron, and this is where you get a chance to go on a tour to Salamanca. Salamanca itself, there's the old university buildings, there's the Plaza Mayor, which is like one of the greatest plazas. I mean, when you see, I mean, look at that. Isn't that just stunning? I almost think of Venice. You know, when you think of those wonderful places. So absolutely stunning there. And from there, you're actually going to be rejoining the ship in Barça de Alva. And this is where you have an overnight on board. So again, great if you want to go ashore, perhaps if you found somewhere you think, oh, we could pop back here for a nice little sort of glass of wine, early evening meal, then you can do that if you want. Anyway, next day in Barca de Alva, you're going to be sailing from there to Pinhal and going on an afternoon tour for a vineyard. And this is where they produce the local port. So, you know, great if you want to really immerse yourself in Portugal and the port making traditions, this is going to be great. In the evening, you actually get another tour to another vineyard with a meal and entertainment included. So pace yourself on that day. Here's my little advice. Then you're going from Pinhal to Hegua. This is where you have another overnight on board, but this is where you visit one of the greatest palace gardens. And again, if you love your Portuguese wines, you'll know Mateus Rosé, that wonderful bottle. And there's the chateau on the front, or the palace on the front, should I say. You get to go to Mateus Palace, and you get to go around the gardens. And you may get a chance to try some of the produce as well. After that, you go back on board, and there's a Portuguese folk music played on board that evening, so there's a local group. Then you're coming back to where you started in Porto, and to be fair, this is when you get a chance to experience that wonderful port. You'll see the bridge, which is actually designed by the same designer, Gustave Eiffel, who did the Eiffel Tower. And as you travel into Porto, you'll actually see across from there, you'll see all of the port producers. So all the Dowies and all the different pork producers on the side. It's almost like, you know, the Hollywood sign in LA.
Yeah.
It's like that, but for pork producers. After that, then this is where you actually disembark your ship and then come back to the UK.
Oh, that sounded wonderful, didn't it? Well, let's have a look at what is included. Now, we forgot to mention, you will get free rail, all coach to your departure point, all free parking as well. All the terms and conditions, the team will talk you through those, but that's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really
good.
We talked about those tours that are all included as well. Overnight on board, you've got lots of lovely overnights there, and return flights from London Gatwick as well. We will let you know, we've already had a few sellouts. You've got to transfer the main deck, upper deck, but we have got some really good single prices on this as well. In fact, let's just show you those. So, yeah, the singles, I spotted these earlier. They are really, really good, but obviously they do go very quickly. So if you are one of our single travellers, don't leave it too late. I'd actually give us a call tonight for those on 080-250-2662. But yeah, great prices. And if you would like a balcony, then do go for the upper deck. But we did look at the main deck, and you do get a really nice, large picture window.
Yeah.
So really nice cabins on board that beautiful ship there. But as some of you will know, I have got my next cruise coming up in how many days now? 8 days.
The days, aren't
So,
you?
8 days with celebrity, yes. 8 days, yeah.
You going to miss us?
Not too much.
To be fair, though, this is actually the cruise where you can cruise with Sean.
Yeah, it's...
I
yeah.
think it's sold out now. I think it's probably too late to get on board.
It
but
is.
you can always check.
Do you know, I actually, true story, but I'm cruising in 8 days' time, and last minute I thought it'd be nice if my mum came along, and I actually got the very last cabin for my mum. It sold out.
I know I'm sort of turning the tables on you, but why do you love celebrity so much?
So many reasons. I mean, I've cruised with them. This has been my 8th cruise, and every cruise has been outstanding. You know, there's been no kind of like, oh, it wasn't as good as the last one. The standards are always 5-star. Food is amazing, service is amazing. I love the ships; they're beautiful ships. Really modern luxury.
We always used to get ship envy when we used to be in port. It's the little things like they serve drinks on the quayside, and there's a little marquee that you can get a little bit of the shade if you sort of like getting on and off the ship. It's just those little things that count. The Egyptian cotton in the cabins. It's just so good quality.
And you know, things like if it's a really hot day, you'll always have the cold towels when you come back. There was one day it was really chilly in the Norwegian fjords, and they served hot chocolate and things like that. You know, it's wonderful. Anyway, we've got a celebrity cruise for you, but this one is going to take you around Australia. But we're starting in Sydney, aren't we? I cruised again. Oh God, I cruised last year with celebrity from Sydney. And Sydney is the most amazing city.
It's great. You know, I was lucky enough. I actually touched down in Sydney on my 25th birthday. And
I went
through immigration. They said, "Happy birthday, Mr. Hazel." It made my day. Anyway, in the actual town, I've never seen a city that's so clean, so friendly. The bay that you see there, that's actually that's one of the main cruise ports or terminals. So you're literally underneath the bridge, opposite the Opera House. You can get ferries around the bay quite easily. You can go across to the zoo as well, cuddle a koala. You can climb the bridge if you're feeling active.
Yeah, I did that.
And to be fair, you don't actually have to be.
It's not that bad.
active.
No, it's not that bad.
I'd definitely recommend going to the rocks. I love the irony of the rocks. It was where all the convicts were sort of dumped back in the day, and now it's one of the most up-and-coming places ever. You've got to go there. You can try weird and wonderful meats like crocodile and ostrich. You've got the Sky Tower, which is definitely worth going up. You've got St James's Park, which is definitely worth going and have a look as well. There's just so much to see and do. You've got a couple of days there to acclimatise as well. You know, let's be fair. It is a long journey down there, and I think it's a great way to set up your cruise. And you'll love Australia.
And I'm sure if you want a bit more time there before you cruise, I'm sure Planet Cruise can arrange that for you.
Yeah. Well,
so nice stay for a couple of days there in Sydney, but then you're going to embark the most beautiful ship and have the most beautiful cruise. Now, I'll get it right this time. This is Keith on board to tell you more.
With exceptional levels of service, one crew member for every 2 guests, well-designed and easy-to-navigate ships, and a decor that is both sophisticated and contemporary, this is a cruise line which offers a real sense of modern luxury.
Life on board a celebrity cruise ship is an opportunity for you to enjoy your cruise just how you like it. From relaxing by the pool with a good book to a whole host of exhilarating and unique experiences, the choice literally is yours. There's cooking competitions, mixology classes, dance and language classes, informative lectures, and behind-the-scenes access to the inner workings of a modern-day cruise ship. And that is just the tip of the iceberg.
You can top up your tan while enjoying a margarita by the pool, or use your Sea Pass card and help yourself to another glass of vino in the award-winning Cellar Masters. But my absolute favourite has to be here. It's the world's first ever world-class bar, where tasting the work of these wonderful mixologists will introduce you to the latest trends in cocktail creation. It will literally knock your socks off. Celebrity cruises have always pushed the boat out when it comes to dining. Not just in the sheer choice, but also the quality and taste of the food they offer. You can experience savour menus pairing classic and contemporary selections with casual al fresco dining to this stunning main dining room with the amazing wine tower that holds nearly 3,000 bottles of wine. When the sun sets, Celebrity Cruises ships come alive with a dazzling selection of bars, lounges and nightclubs. Keep an eye out though for the interactive themed parties. You might even find dancers in these exquisite costumes suddenly appear out of nowhere to entertain you. There's West End style theatre shows, there's circus shows, comedy, magic, music. On a Celebrity Cruise, luxury comes as standard. There are 6 different varieties to choose from, and over 85% have a private balcony, from comfortable inside staterooms to these gorgeous suites which feature floor-to-ceiling windows, panoramic balconies, and your very own private butler. Trust me, once you've unpacked, you won't ever want to leave.
The ships are... everything's beautiful. The dining, the service, the entertainment, the ships, the gym, everything.
I definitely recommend going aqua class as well. What that gives you access to with the spa, with the Blue Restaurant as well.
Persian Garden.
It really is worth, you know, investing in.
Yeah, do you know, it's not much more either. Anyway, let's show you some of the wonderful places you're going to be visiting on this one.
Yeah, we're off to Newcastle. Newcastle, Australia. I must admit, this is one of the ports that I never actually got a chance to go to.
I've not been to Newcastle, Australia.
I mean, history-wise, of course, James Cook discovered Australia, apparently. And it was Newcastle. The reason why they called it Newcastle was because the mining, they actually found lots of coal in this area. So, you know, they thought, well, OK, what reminds us of home? Coal, Newcastle. So that's the reason why the name actually came about. It's also the gateway. You go up a river from the actual main sea itself to a wonderful winemaking region, the Hunter Valley. So you can go and see some of the vineyards there. Also got some great beaches, as you can imagine. You've got Stockton Beach and Nobby Beach as well. And you've even got the Merryweather Surf House here as well. So if you do fancy having a little bit of surfing, then you can do. The next 2 days, you're actually going to have at sea.
And the days at sea with Celebrity are wonderful. They really are. Again,
with cruising in general, you know, there's always an entertainment programme on board, but I really can't emphasise enough. I think it's probably because I've realised how important shutting off is on a holiday. I'm terrible. I'm always doing something. And I've just come back from a holiday where I've done nothing. 3 days sleeping on a lounger. That's what I'd say.
But we are heading towards this beautiful beach, aren't we?
Oh, this
Look at
I
this.
would absolutely die for. Arley Beach is the gateway to the Whitsunday Islands, so you've got hundreds of islands that you've got, well, 74 islands in total. I exaggerate, but it seems like hundreds of islands. And you've got reefs, you've got beautiful snorkelling there, lagoons. It is really the premier playground for the elite in Australia. It's absolutely stunning. You've also got, if you do want to do something a little bit more adventurous, then you can go to the Prosperine River and you can see some of the crocodiles, or as they call them over there, the salties. So you can go and see some of those. Again, you can go on some of the catamaran cruises around the islands, so you can just jump off, have a little swim, or you can go a little bit further and go to the Great Barrier Reef, which I think if you're into scuba diving, then definitely go and do it. Definitely go and do it. Then we're off to Cairns. Now, this is where you can do some of the other things that Australia is known for, the rainforests, all of the wonderful wildlife. You've got the Skyrail Rainforest Cableway, which it's one of the most beautiful experiences in Australia. You can also do the Karunda Scenic Railway, so you can do the railway, or you can go to an Aboriginal park, the Chapuke, and this is, again, celebrating the local culture. And just fantastic. It's right next to the Skyrail as well, so if you want to do the two in one day, then you can do. Another couple of relaxing days at sea, and then we're off to Brisbane. Now, this... Hang
on, what about Willis Island?
Oh, Willis Island. Oh, do you know what? Willis Island, I haven't got that one. I've missed Willis Island.
Oh, well, we're
My
cruising
apologies.
now. We're cruising now. It passed.
Apologies. Oh,
yeah,
is that a day at sea?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm straight off to Brisbane.
Oh, it's fine.
You know
Yeah,
why?
we're cruising past it. Don't worry.
I couldn't give a Castlemaine 4X.
Is it really cruising past?
No, quite literally, because this is where they brew the Castlemaine 4X.
Oh, I'm with you now.
That's why. You thought I was being... You know me better than that.
I'm with you now.
You know me better than that. They've got the brewery and the ale house here in Queensland. They've got Surfers Paradise, which is a beach, voted the best beach. If you want to cuddle a koala, then you can do, because this is the home. Remember the wonderful crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, God rest his soul?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is where his zoo is. So you can still go and see the legacy that he's left behind, go and see all the local kangaroos, go and see the koalas, the crocodiles, and again, celebrate that life. Also, you can go into town. It is the third largest metropolis in Australia, so shopping is key. And you've also got the Gold Coast, 26 miles of beaches. So this Port Brisbane is absolutely stunning. Nice relaxing day at sea, back into Sydney, and then you're flying back overnight to the UK. Absolutely, this is a great cruise brand with Celebrity, a stunning itinerary, and again, this is, for me, tonight, if you haven't done Australia, do it with,
I was
Celebrity.
I was just going to say that, you know, when you are travelling that far, you want to get it right, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, really worth thinking about. I always do this. If there's ever an offer where you get the free classic drinks package, it's always worth going for. And that's for anyone that's booking an ocean view or above. So, you know, if you do like a drink, their drinks package, we'll share it in a second, but it's amazing. You've got the 2-night stay in a full-star hotel in Sydney. If you want to extend that, just speak to Planet Cruise. You know, they can really tailor this so it fits you know what exactly you're looking for. They can actually make that happen. And I was very lucky. I actually did Australia and New Zealand on my cruise, and we can actually add on a back-to-back cruise to New Zealand from only £1,199 per person. So, you know, when I just thought I'm travelling that far,
yeah.
You know, I might never go back in my lifetime. So if you do want to do New Zealand as well, and I loved Australia, but I equally loved New Zealand.
Yes,
beautiful.
One thing I didn't get a chance to do.
Did you not? Oh.
Loved Australia, so if I loved Australia very much like you,
Yeah.
I'd love New Zealand.
Now, drinks. I'm always going to...
Is it your round? Hey?
Well, if you go...
Boys, he's opened his wallet.
Yes, no, this is the drinks package. I've got this drinks package on my next cruise. I know it inside out. It is brilliant. So, first of all, I normally start the day with a couple of specialty coffees. I do.
I wonder what you're going to say. Start the day with a couple of cocktails of the day.
No, I'm not
usually
that
Mai
bad.
Tai.
No, I might have a beer lunchtime, and those are all included.
Can I just say, drink responsibly?
Yeah, and I always do, of course. Spirits, wines, cocktails. There's a huge selection of premium drinks that are included in that drinks package, so it really is wonderful. And you know, a lot of the non-alcoholic beverages as well, of course.
Can I say, on a serious joke, I know we're sort of laughing and joking about having a drink and stuff like that, but sometimes when you go, oh, you know, it's a bit expensive, or you know, you don't want to buy around. At least if you've got that drinks package, you don't have to worry. And when you do add it up, it does make a difference.
Yeah. You know, even things like your bottled water, I'll probably drink a couple of bottles of that a day. So, if you go for the Ocean View above, you will get the classic drinks package included. But we did mention we have got a couple of very cheeky last-minute deals. When I'm retired, I know I've got a long way to go, but I'd always look out for some things like this from you, if you can do it.
Well, these are fantastic, and these are October, end of this month, and the middle of next month.
Yeah.
So, and particularly if there's anybody that's a cricketer or a cricketing fan, you can tell I'm not into sports, can't you? No, but if you know the likes of David Gower, Alan Wells, Chris Cowdery, John Lever, Ray East and Don Topley, then these are just some of the great cricketing legends that will be on board the Magellan on Cruise and Maritime. So it's 24th of October, $479 per person. You get a chance to go out to Tilbury, to Amsterdam, Antwerp, and back to Honfleur as well, and then back to Tilbury. So just a couple of weeks' time, if you fancy going on there, you love your cricket, then that's going to be a perfect one. Over to you, Keith.
Well, Keith?
I mean, Sean. Or Jade.
We're doing well with names tonight, aren't we? We're doing well with names. Now, this one I really fancy. I can't do it because I've just come back from a cruise, but I think it's brilliant. It's on the Queen Victoria with Cunard. It's the 5-night big band ball, and you're going to get to see, well, first of all, from Southampton, Bruges, Amsterdam, but look at that price. Now, the outside is 635, but the balcony is just 685, and there will be a magnificent 13-piece big band orchestra on board. So I think that could be really nice, don't you?
On most cruise lines, they'll have a 7-piece orchestra, but I had the pleasure, this is many moons ago, it was a distant relative of Glenn Miller, and it was a Glenn Miller tribute, and they had the full orchestra, and that was just something unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love that whole big band swing.
I'm the same.
So for me, I'm probably leaning towards, because I'm not a cricket fan, as you can tell, I'll be leaning towards the big band. Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., play it again, Sam.
Yeah, that's going to be wonderful. I'd love to do that myself.
But I'll just drop it in.
Anyway, we better move on, because...
and before we start the next one, a little bit of news.
Yes. Now, we have got coming up a Thomson cruise, which is all-inclusive, tips and everything. However... we won't be saying Thomson Cruises soon, will we?
No, they are changing their name. And I love the name that they've actually changed it to. They've used some Celtic language, and they've gone for the Shining Sea in Celtic, Morella. So it's going to be Morella Cruises from then on. Some of the ships are going to be leaving the fleet. They're bringing new ones in, and this is going to be a great change. Yeah. The same great Thomson service, the same great Thomson family feel, great value, but just a different name.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, that's going to be happening very shortly. But the cruise we've got tonight, I've noticed, have you noticed on the screen at home, a free upgrade to all-inclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, great fact. And again, the reason why we're telling you about the change in name of this is because if you're booking this now, this will be, in effect, the name that you're going to be sailing with.
So yeah, shall we jump on board?
Yeah. Let's have a look. The great thing with Thomson Spirit, or Spirit as she'll be known, is the simple fact that they are using classic ships. They give a fantastic refurb to them. I mean, these are classic ships, so they're not large metropolises. That we're looking at 30,000 tonnes, 1,700 passengers in total, and it is that sort of family feel. You know, the passengers on board always say that the crew. They go back year on year. It's the same crew. They get that welcome back. It is superb, whether it's for families, whether it's for grandparents, whether it's for couples on their own. I mean, if you look at the insides, you think, surely that can't be a ship that's been at sea for 30 years. But that's the classic feel that you get.
I love a classic ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the new ones as well, but I really adore classic ships. We get amazing feedback with Thomson every time they feature, but I will let you know, when we have an all-inclusive, they do sell really quickly. You know, you think about the value you've got here. You are going to be away 7 nights. You've got your flights, your tips, everything, actually.
Yeah. And there's also an opportunity that if you do want to add a 7-night hotel stay as well, it's not all-inclusive, but if you do want to stay on the Costa del Sol, then you can do that as well. We'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But should we jump on board? Because this ship is superb.
Well, we're starting with a flight over to Malaga, first of all. And then we embark the Thomson Spirit for 7-night cruise. First day's at sea, isn't it, Justin?
First day at sea, yeah. And then we're off to Balearic Islands. We're off to Port Mahon. This is all about beaches. There's the Calablanca, Santa Maria, En Brut, Forcat and Blancs. These are just some of the top beaches that you've got to go to.
I'm sure you've been working your pronunciations while you've been away, you know.
Ooh la la. Anyway,
they sound better tonight. They do.
I tell you what, though, there's this one place that I'd love to go to. I never got a chance to go here. There's a gin distillery, and there's a local cocktail that's made with this particular gin.
Ooh, that sounds nice. Because gin's massive at the moment, isn't it?
It's massive at the moment. It's such a shame because I'm not a gin drinker.
I am, actually. I like a gin,
Give me a rum. Give me a rum. Well, we've got the Caribbean later on. Anyway, then we're off to France. We're off to Toulon. And this is, if you love maritime history, you'll love this. This is actually where they based the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier out of, so there's a fantastic naval feel here. Also, it's the gateway to the Côte d'Azur. You're not far from Saint-Tropez as well, and it's also the gateway to Provence. So if you want to go to those beautiful lavender fields and experience that, then you can do. Then we're off to Barcelona, one of my favourite Spanish destinations, actually, Barcelona. You've got Las Ramblas. It's a wonderful port region. This beach area has only started, I think it's about 1992 after the Games. And this is absolutely stunning. In the afternoon, this is the place to be. Also, you can go and see some of the Gaudi buildings. You can go to the new camp. You can go to Sagrada Familia as well. And my recommendation, don't go in, stay outside. I keep on saying, look at that. Beautiful. You go inside, what you're looking at the shops that are looking at that beautiful building. Anyway, save yourself some money. Then we're off to Valencia. Now, Valencia, definitely go around the old quarter. You'll love the old quarter. There's some fantastic plazas around there. Also, you've got some great museums. If you love your porcelain, the Ladro Museum is there, you know, the porcelain figurines. You can do that. You've also got the Albufeira National Park, so if you want to go and do something a little bit, you know, outdoorsy, then you can do. Then we're off to Cartagena, of course, the Spanish Cartagena, not the South American one. This, you've got some great history. You've got the Punic Wall there. You've got Murcia, a fantastic region, so you can experience that. And you've also got a fantastic museum dedicated to the art of Salzillo, which is one of the local artists. So great wooden sculptures, particularly famous for some of the religious celebrations in Murcia. So you'll love that there. At the end of that day, you're going back to Malaga and then going to be flying back to London. But if you want to extend it, then you can extend this for 7 days on the Costa del Sol for just £259 per person.
So that makes it a 2-week holiday.
Yeah.
So just to recap there, first of all, we have got a free upgrade to all-inclusive, and that does make a huge difference for a lot of our viewers. So you've got that tonight. All of your tips and exclusive discounts are included as well, so you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about gratuities tips.
Do you know what I like about the fact that the tips are included? It removes that awkwardness.
Yeah.
Because you know when you go, is it too much? Is it not enough? It's all included.
Return flights based on London Gatwick as well. We always have, with Thomson though, we always have regional flights available from most UK airports. So just supplements will apply for those. Just give us a call right now and the cruise experts can talk you through. And as we just mentioned, you can add on a 7-night hotel stay in the Costa del Sol from only £259 per person. But you've got some more news with Thomson, haven't you?
Yeah, not only are they changing the name to Morella, but they'll also be going to Asia. And for this is a region that I've just come back from. If you haven't done Asia, you will absolutely love this region. So some great ports, some great destinations coming with Morella Cruises. So make sure you book this one nice and early and look at the new itineraries for Asia. I'm
right in saying, just before we move on, you only need a deposit of £75 for this one. Because Thomson, honestly, every week, whenever we feature Thomson, top seller. So if you do want to book that one...
Get it before they're gone.
Only small deposit needed. Now...
I've been looking forward to this one.
I'll let you know, I actually haven't seen the clip of film for this, but she's a brand new ship. I've not seen this. No, I've kind of waited because I wanted to experience it with you at home. So we're going to see. She's called the Seaside, isn't she?
Yeah. Can I just go super geeky on you? For those of you who love your ships, this is the largest ship that's been built in the Mestre shipyard in Fincantieri. So a lot of the P&O ships used to come out of Italy. It's literally just outside of Venice, but this is the largest one that Fincantieri's built. And what is quite unique is the promenade deck and the actual Lido deck itself. So first of all, you've got the boardwalk. You've got a 2-tier atrium as well, and round the back here, it is just stunning. This actually reminds me of Miami because you've got this lovely Art Deco aft end with this lovely pool. You've got a fantastic water park as well. And guess this, right? You can go down the slides and you can race each other. There's actually a race and it times you.
Yeah,
so you can see who comes out the bottom first.
It's
brilliant.
I can't wait to see, but they're going to keep us in suspense. Because...
In what?
Suspense.
Oh. It's usually a Friday night.
Because we're actually going to Miami, first of all. And you're going to be staying there one night. Again, we could probably extend that for you.
Yeah.
Well, we can, yes, definitely.
Yeah. We can either do that before or after, but ask your cruise expert. There's a 2-night beach stay from £150 per person. But Miami, it's the place to be.
I love Miami.
It's just absolutely beautiful. Palm trees, great beach resorts. And Venice Beach, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
I just love people watching that.
Yeah, Ocean Drive. In fact, Ocean Drive with all the Art Deco buildings again reminds me very much of the aft end of this ship. So,
and I love all the outdoor dining in Miami, don't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Fabulous place and so it's just got such a great vibe. Anyway, can we see the ship, the brand new one? Can we? Thank you.
Are you ready? Here she is.
So the MSC Seaside. So she only gets launched in December,
In December, you know. So straight away, we actually see the ship itself dramatically different. You can see the size of the boardwalk on the actual promenade deck itself. Here is the aft end.
I see what you mean about the Miami.
This is called South Beach.
Yeah, see it.
And you've got some fantastic views over here. The aft end pool that you've got. you've got the Aqua Adventure up on top, and there's two less. Here's the Aqua Adventure. So you've actually got this sort of fantastic oasis at the back there, where kids are going to love it, but families are going to love this as well. It's almost like a tree house, but then a water park as well. There's also some great interactive games for the toddlers in the pool as well. The rooms are so contemporary, so modern. It really is fantastic. And again, bear in mind, there's different suites available, different grades.
I'll have that one.
I did kind of like that.
I'll have that.
End of the night, looking out, the moon shining on the ocean, and then in a hot tub with the bubbles on, and then the bubbles in the glass. Anyway, there we go.
Oh, sorry, this looks amazing.
You've also got fantastic theatres, but you've even got a full bowling alley, proper full-size bowling alley, and at sea as well. This is the great thing. MSC are really, but for me, it's not necessarily the first ship that's gone interactive, but MSC in general have got fantastic apps that you can download to your iPads, to your devices, Android or Apple. And this gives you a fantastic guest experience. So ask more when you book this, and when you get on board, definitely download the app, because you can book a lot of the facilities on board. It gives you interactive maps on board as well.
Sorry, I'm lost for words with that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it again.
you know when we talk about resorts, where the ship is a destination, that really is a resort.
Don't forget, if you do want to see that again, go on Planet Cruise website. This show's always uploaded on their website, by the way, so you'll be able to watch the whole show again. But, any bits you want to see again, you can do that later on. Anyway, we better crack on, because there's a lot of wonderful ports. We've got our first at sea. I would definitely want that. I would be doing a shipwreck. I'd be finding out everything, looking at everything, trying everything out.
Exactly.
But we're making our way over to Jamaica, aren't we?
Yeah, going to Jamaica. Do you know what? This is the Caribbean, so I'm going to give you the highlights. So it's going to be a brief overview. Jamaica, you've got to go to Dun Rivers Fall. You perhaps want to do the Bob Marley Trail as well. You're going to get fantastic reggae music, and you can even go to Ian Fleming's residence, which was named Goldeneye after the novel after his residence called Goldeneye. Anyway. Then we're off to Grand Cayman. Now, Grand Cayman, fantastic facilities. With this, you've got Stingray City, so you can go and swim with the stingrays and feed them. You've got great beaches. Also, you can go to Hell and back. Quite literally, there's a town on Grand Cayman called Hell. And you can go there. There's a post office. You can actually send a postcard from Hell. So you can say that you've been to Hell and back. But when I say about the beaches and when I say about the resorts, it is really that great. Then we're off to Cozumel. We're off to Mexico. You've got the Mayan ruins if you want to do something historic. You've got fantastic beaches. You can go swim with dolphins here as well. I definitely recommend that. And also, the shopping's good for silver. Really good in Mexico, so go and do that. Nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're into the Bahamas. This is your day where you do nothing. Just do nothing. Just lay on your lounger. If you wanted to go to some of the resorts, you can see the Atlantis in the background, then you can do. But for me, I'd just do nothing. It's one of those places. And then you're back to Miami. You're disembarking. Remember, you can extend your stay if you want to do a 2-night stay in Miami for £150 per person. So just ask your cruise expert when you book. But all in all, what a ship.
Oh.
And bear in mind, this is inaugural season. And you're getting great Caribbean itineraries.
And we've already had sellouts on certain dates, by the way. So, your night stay, as we mentioned, in Miami, you can add on an extra 2-night beach stay there from just £150 per person. You can upgrade to all-inclusive from £47 per person per night there, and return flights from London. Let's just show you, because quite a few dates on this one have now sold out already. I mean, I think the ship is so wonderful. I mean, I'm fascinated by ships, as you are, Justin. I want to get on her, don't you?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
But we have sold out. You can see that 1st of June, sold out of the inside, sold out of the outside. Quite a few sellouts on the outside heading into July as well, and August. And I'm looking at the prices of the balcony there. There's not much difference, actually.
When you break it down, if you were going to book flights separately and go for a stay in a resort, but you're actually getting to see all of those different ports, you're getting a brand new ship in its inaugural season, and she's a stunning ship. Really stunning ship.
Is that a different world? Wasn't it? It
Yeah.
really was. Anyway, we think that one's going to be busy tonight, but we have one final cruise for you with Oceania tonight. And you get so much included in this, don't you? And we're going to absolute luxury now, aren't we?
Yeah. I've
really
got to point out that when you see the price at the bottom of the screen, you probably look at, you know, the likes of Thomson, and you look at the other cruises that were offered tonight, and you're thinking, but this is something breathtaking. Fantastic ship. The service that you get is just second to none. And let's just say a lot of people in the cruise industry aspire to end up on this ship. Yeah. And end up going on.
I've been on the sister ship, and the experience, I mean, Oceania are known to have the best food at sea, and the food was absolutely off the scale, actually. And the specialty restaurants are included, aren't they?
It's included as well. I mean, you do get a lot included for your money, but it's the experience. I mean, there's a grand staircase that is made from Lalique glass. The actual owner suites are all designed and all decked out in Ralph Lauren home. It really, I mean, it is different. It is completely different from what you'd expect. And because you've got a smaller ship, you are looking at a lot better crew to guest ratio.
And a lot more space per passenger as well.
Yeah, and you know, no queues, no worry about having to find a lounger. And I know you probably go, well, I expect it for that price. This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. You know, if you're like, shall we, big anniversary, big event, or if you sat there and just think, you know, blow it. I'm going to do it. I deserve it. I mean, this is what I call 6-star. This really is.
I've got to say, I did have the most incredible cruise with them, and my favourite. I think I can always say the best meals that I ever had was in Red Ginger. Amazing. Anyway, we've got some extras from Planet Cruise tonight as well, so you've got a really brilliant exclusive deal. But before we go into those, we're flying from the UK, aren't we, of course, to Barcelona. Even regional flights are included in this as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And you can actually have a city break. If you do want to stay in Barcelona, we can also add that in for just £79 per person. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But your first day is relaxing at sea, and I really can't emphasise it. It's like if you got a luxury car, you know, like an old classic E-Type Jaguar for the weekend, you just sit in there. I'd sit in there and just admire it, and you will admire the ship. You will be taking photos of every inch of it. It is remarkable. Anyway, first port of call, you're into Seville, you're into Cadiz. Fantastic cultural. It goes back to the 15th century. You've got the sherry bodegas that you can go to. If you want to do something a little bit further afield, then you can go to the Alcazar Fortress, you can go to the Andalusian School of Equestrian Art. Plenty to do in Cadiz. Lisbon, one of my favourite ports of all time. Beautiful place that you're docking in that you can wander around. You've got to go on a tram, just remember to pay your fare. There's the 25th of April Bridge, which you probably dock near, and great shopping in Lisbon.
I only went there for the first time last year, and you're right.
It's great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Really, really
I just sat by the water and had a couple of beers, actually.
Do you know what I do? I wandered down. This actual castle, the Torre de Bello.
I did walk.
You can actually walk down from the bridge. There's a lovely little marina with some little restaurants. Carry on down, take a few photos there, walk back, get some fresh air, get some local produce. It really is worthwhile. Then we're off to Madeira. Again, one of my favourite ports. Madeira itself, Madeira wine. There's Blandies. You can go and see Blandies produce the Madeira wine. You can go to the fantastic flower market. Birds of Paradise. I used to bring back some for me mum and dad. They used to come down to see me at Southampton. So it was the last port of call from the Canaries. I always used to take your mum some. Madeira cake as well. Some great hotels and resorts. And you've got to do the wicker basket run. So you can go up this hill and you come down in a wicker basket. It's like a chair. And these crazy old Portuguese guys run down alongside you, pushing it along.
Yeah, it's never quite appealed to me, that one.
No, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. Anyway, then we're off to Santa Cruz, off to La Palma. Now this is La Isla Bonita. It really is. It really is superb. If you want to do something outdoorsy, then you can go to the volcanic crater. It's a fantastic, the Caldera Turbulent. So you can go there. There's several churches in the area that are worth a visit, or you can stay in the actual town itself. It's also it's the location of one of the most powerful telescopes in the world. You know, the observatories that you get. They've got one of the most powerful telescopes. So if you're into that sort of thing, then you can go see that. Then we're off to Tenerife. What can we say about Tenerife? You've got the best of both worlds. Great shopping, great bars, great restaurants, also great beaches as well. You can go to Santa Cruz for all your shopping. You can go to the Orotava Valley. You can go to the Humboldt Viewpoint as well. Loro Park if you fancy some a water park for the family.
I never realised that. I used to always go to the kind of quite commercial areas, but
Yeah.
there's some really fantastic areas if you just go a bit further afield, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's those little back alleys that you wander down that you find the best tapas restaurants.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Really good restaurants with local produce. Then we're off to Lanzarote. Now, this is complete contrast. Yeah, you do have your black sand beaches in Tenerife, but this is completely different. It's like a different planet. One of the things that I definitely recommend is going to the Cesar Manrique buildings and Los Llanos del Agua, and it's like an underground lake. It was actually, I believe it was a reservoir that was literally filled with loads of junk, and then they found it, they excavated it, and this is the result. It's absolutely breathtaking. My best friend, who's not really, he's not one of these people that's wowed by going to, you know, far-flung places and experience. He likes his home comforts. He went to Lanzarote. He said he absolutely loved this place. There's a little restaurant the other side that you can have an evening meal. I mean, you can go there in the day as well, and it'll be absolutely stunning. So anyway, that's Lanzarote. Then we're off to a port I'd love to go here just because of the history. We're off to Tangier. Now, this is where the likes of artists like Matisse and Degas went to paint. You got Tennessee Williams, Errol Flynn, Winston Churchill, Aristotle Onassis. They all went there. And the great thing, back in the day, it was the seedy back alleys that had this wonderful sort of underbelly. And now you've got this wonderful vibrance. It's got great history. You'll absolutely love it. There's Café de Paris, which is Morocco's like premier. There is one in Monaco. Just sort of drop that in there. It is the premier place. During the Second World War, it's where all of these secret agents used to meet and share secrets and double agents. It's got this wonderful, wonderful history.
I'd love to go there as well.
And then you've got the Grand Soccer, which is like if you want to go to the market and you want to have a barter and buy a viper, or, you know, see a snake charmer, that's the place to go. It's crazy. You'll probably end up coming back with a carpet and something you don't need, but it's one of those great places.
and then a final day at sea on board this stunning ship.
Yeah.
And then, of course, back to Barcelona, where you disembark and you're flown back to the UK. Now, I mentioned we've got loads of extras included in this deal tonight. Loads, actually. So
take a deep breath.
Now, these are exclusives, free gratuities, so work out the value there, $50 onboard spend per cabin, and if you book right now, you will get that free £100 M&S voucher as well. So these are all exclusive Planet Cruise. But you'll also get free Wi-Fi, and then you choose, would you like free drinks, or would you like free onboard spend up to another $600, or would you love free excursions? I mentioned about return flights. We've got flights from Manchester, Birmingham, selected regional airports with no supplements whatsoever. And if you want to extend this, you can, of course, add on a 2-night city break hotel stay in Barcelona from only £79 per person. That is we only feature Oceania, you know, a few times during the year, but we do it when we've got an exceptional exclusive offer, and you've got that tonight. You really have. Amazing value, that one.
What a show we've had tonight.
I know.
You know, what a variety. We've got River Cruises, Oceania, Thomson.
Well, I tell you what, let's recap everything we've seen. We started off with a lovely offer from Princess Cruises, actually. First of all, you get up to $275 onboard spend per cabin. You can upgrade to an outside from, well, under £8 per person per night, and a brilliant family of 4 price. Bear in mind, it is the 7-night Springbank holiday cruise, so a family of 4 can travel for under £1,800 there. And as we mentioned, you can add on an extra night before your cruise in the Holiday Inn in Winchester for only £95 per person. Then we had Saga, didn't we?
Yes, and this is a great river cruise. You get free rail or coach to your departure point or free parking. Ask about the terms and conditions on that one when you book. You get all of your excursions, including a tour of the Mateus Palace and an excursion to Lamego as well. You get various overnights on board, and also you get an experience unlike any other ocean cruise as well. And if you're familiar with the Saga brand, then, you know, you've got great value and great quality there. Return flights from London Gatwick and all of your overseas transfers.
Then we had a trip of a lifetime with celebrity, the 40-night Great Barrier Reef from Sydney. Now, I would definitely on this one, if you want, you know, to see everything, experience everything, go for an ocean view above, and then you get the free classic drinks package. You've got the 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Sydney. And, do you know, when I did this, I thought, I'm travelling all that way, I'm going to see New Zealand as well. And you can actually add on a back-to-back cruise to New Zealand from only £1,199 per person. Our cruise experts, they'll talk you through all that, but if you are interested, just give us a call right now. Call centre open until 10:30 tonight, yeah? 0808 250 2662. Then we had Thomson, didn't we?
Yeah, Thomson, of course, don't forget, they will be changing their name to Morella, but the same great value and same great service. On this particular cruise, you're going to get a free upgrade to all-inclusive, including your tips and your exclusive discounts. Return flights from London Gatwick, plus all of your overseas transfers. There is an option to fly from Luton as well. You can do your regional flights. There will be supplements that apply on that one. But there's also the option to add a 7-night hotel stay on in the Costa del Sol from just £259.
That's great. That means you wait for 2 weeks and you're still spending under £1,100. Exactly. Really good. Then we had MSC. Oh, my word, do I want to go on this ship?
Yeah.
I mean...
Take me.
Well, I mean, it would be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway...
What, the two of us on a ship in the Caribbean? It'd be lethal.
OK, yeah, probably would, actually. So anyway, brand new ship. You get the extra night, don't forget, stay in Miami. You can add on 2 further nights from just £150 per person, and you can upgrade to all-inclusive from just £47 per person per night. And then finally, Oceania. Yeah,
Oceania. Look, all I'd say is phone the representatives, our cruise experts right now, because this is just, I mean, we haven't got the time tonight to go through why this is such great value at the price that you see. You get exclusive free gratuities when you book it through Planet Cruise with onboard spend and an M&S voucher as well. You get free Wi-Fi, and you can choose from either free drinks, onboard spend, or your excursions. And all I'd say is, you know, 6-star cruising.
Now, next week we have got a very, very special show, and here's Glenn to tell you all about it.
Calling all cruisers out there, we've got some breaking news. On the 17th of October 2017, live on Ideal World at 8 o'clock, the Planet Cruise TV show will feature a 1-hour Celebrity Cruises special. Sean and myself will be joined on the sofa by Ruth from Celebrity Cruises as we take you around the world with this fantastic cruise line. We'll not only be sailing to Europe, Asia and the Caribbean, but more. And tune in to find out about exclusive news about Celebrity Cruises' newest ship, Celebrity Edge. So there's only one place to be, Tuesday the 17th of October at 8 o'clock on Ideal World for the Celebrity Cruises special. See you there.
Yeah, that's next week, so get it in your diary. Justin, great to see you again.
Lovely to be back.
And you're back in 2 weeks' time, aren't you?
2 weeks' time.
We will see you in 2 weeks' time. I'll see you next week at 8. Let's make it a date, of course, as ever, with Planet Cruise. For myself, Sean Ryan and Justin, we'll see you very soon here with Planet